First off, let me send to this entire family my love. My wife and I send it to you all. The reason I'm on the show this shadow hour, or in this moment and what they call time, is because this is a specific time, in so much as that it has a name. It's called END time. In time. Meaning each and every one of you who are listening, as well as those who are not, are going to have to live through the end of time in order to get to the beginning of time once again. And it will be by virtue of the choices that you all make, which will be totally up to you. First, the choices that I speak of have to be made first and foremost by our women, of which play the most important role in our family institutions, which without question is the greatest institution there is. The reason being is because from family comes all life. And here today, across our globe, our family institutions are suffering. In fact, if indeed a pure, pristine, pure logic is not omitted by being given through a free will offering of submission, then the destiny that is meant to be will then be misappropriately so made to be something different by your will, because it is not by our will it shall be done. It is by you all's will. Meaning, if indeed you all intend to have eternal life, I would hope that each of you would agree that, number one, you have to want to, as step one, freely being a decision made by you who are the deciders. Because more than doers, we are deciders. And once the decision has been made firm and it is clearly to be, then all things will then follow appropriately with a divine order that none will be able to deny, for it will be made clear for all eyes and ears to see and hear all that needs to be, by which each of you will then be able to make a ruling and or rule, because the question becomes, how do you rule? Meaning, what is your decision? How you judge it depends upon you, because without question, this is now Judgment Day. Meaning, we are now living in a very sacred time. These are sacred days. And each of you will be called upon to make very, very important and proper judgment calls, because it is for the people to decide their very own destinies. Each of you, each day is true. When you leave home, a W leaves with you. The higher you and the lower you. The higher you knows exactly what it's here to do, while the lower you doesn't have the slightest clue. And keep in mind, the English alphabet is the only language that has higher case letters and lowercase letters. So let her who is our women let all of them now know that the choice is theirs. And what do I mean by that? Just as you have a higher you and a lower you, isn't it ironic that some people can write the letter called W, by which it has 2 points? They write it in a way by which it has 2 points at the bottom of it. How is it that they can't see that that's a double V? These are those who stand in representation of the lower self. For the lower self can't see at all. While others of you, isn't it true, you will write the letter rounded at its bottom, called a W, and indeed your eyes are open and not wide closed. For indeed you are looking at the letter U made double. And it is indeed by virtue of your choice, your decision, because more than doers, we are deciders. And once the decision has been made firm, the doing becomes effortless. You know how they say, easier said than done? No, it's done, and then it will be made easy for all of you, if you but so let yourselves. And I say that with a sincerity that is indeed all wise, right, and exact, coming to you from me who is mercy. Mercy. Me. And before Abraham or Ibrahim, I am. It is what I said 2,000 years ago, and it is what I say right here and now also. Because each of you who are here now, without question, each of you were there then, except one from amongst us, who is not my friend, but is my wife, more than my friend, and here tonight, a portion of her story, which is indeed a portion of ours also, I will reintroduce by introducing it all, by which you yourself can be the judge of it. And I will also be informing you all as to some things that you all need to know, because indeed we are ATUN. And many will say the Holy Tabernacle Ministries. Well, my dear brother, of whom it is I support without question, because I don't need his permission to love him, even if indeed he doesn't love me, or shows me the type of love and respect that all of us should have one for the other. Meaning, all of us, be we sister and brother, brother and brother, mother and daughter, father and son, aunt and niece, uncle and nephew, and vice versa. Because what stands opposite virtue then becomes the question. And what stands opposite virtue is called vice. And it is a grip that then grips you into a particular type of mind frame that then becomes your frame of mind, one that you carry with you each day. You do what you do in your goings and comings, and that is the higher and lower you, being the you that I am now speaking to, of which each of you do carry every day you leave home. And every day you sit in your homes, the higher you and the lower you sits right there also. And know this, wherever you go, there you are. There's not one from amongst you that can escape this reality. However, it is indeed true that all of you are looking for the exact same thing, which is an escape from a particular type of reality that you all now sit in. That each of you, and many of you know it's true, and many of you do not, each of you are sitting in a reality, and all of you are looking for the exact same thing, which is an escape from what is now being declared miserable to you. Because all I have to do to know this to be true is ask you all, are you happy in your lives, in your homes, across the globe? And there will be those who, without question, will speak out in contrary, just like there are two different types of questioners. Very easy to distinguish and see, because each of you carry a discerning spirit that has the ability to distinguish truth from falsehood, right from wrong, good from evil, up from down, left from right. And the days of, nigga, I'm leaving you, you have to ask yourself, has that been right? Because in the H of HTM, which is step one, we who are have to, and I repeat, have to, heal the polarities, because when you say Heliopolis, what you're saying is healing the polarities of ISIS. And here today, be you a sister who say has chose the name or not, before you are a woman, you are a human being. And human nature remains the same amongst us all. Be you male or female or not, because there's no such thing as male or female. When you shed the clothing of the body, you who are etheric light beings incarcerated in body vessel and or human form called a car, on a ride now called life, are looking at this ride through the windows of your car called your eyes. But ask yourself, is this an ordinary car of which I speak? And without question, it is an ordinary car, but it is a type of ordinary called extra, because its doors are locked, meaning you cannot get out until the ride is over. So, meaning, and that is because each of you have signed on the dotted line by which here now you are. Oh, you who are. Because my father was called the man of the hour, afforded to him 30 minutes of, which is from the year 1970 until the year 2000, which was the first portion of the hour. And without question, he was referred to as the man of the hour, and I and my father am one. and no one will make it to the Father except by way of me. For I am the truth and the light that's here to guide you, not along a straight and narrow path, because it is we who are traveling along the curvature, not looking for an angle by which to, listen, mislead you or to fool you or hoodwink you or con you into following any of us anywhere. Because if it is not by virtue of a free will offering having been rendered so through the you coming from the who that it is that you are, and you might say, well, who am I? As I so was asked and answered by saying, before Abraham, I am. And each of you, to you all of you who knew it to be true and still do know that my father was called the man of the hour. However, you also know that he was only afforded a 30-year time span, which represented the space of a half hour. Oh, he who is the Lamb. And truth in the Lamb is truly wonderful. And no, you do not have to wonder anymore the who that it is that I am. Because it is up to you to make the judgment call in a day called now, which is right now, knowledge and or information afforded to you first through right knowledge, having first come at sunrise from he who is my God. And let me tell you all right now that my Father is indeed my God. I worship him and love him dearly. But without question, I am the Son with whom he is well pleased. For it is he who has told me who his God is, saying to me directly and very clearly that I am he, saying that I am his God. And I said to him, how could this be? He said, because your love, that's how. Because of your love, that's how. Your love. And I said, mine? And he said, yes, indeed. For I am divine love personified. The highest and purest form incarnated as an electromutajasid and a mujaddid, a reformer, coming to you all now in the second part of the hour, as it was and is and always will be for my Father who is God. I am the only begotten Son of God, meaning I am the only forgotten Son, the only one that no one knew that he had. And don't believe me, my father would say, check it out. I said in a time which was not long ago, meaning not too many years in this life ago now, I said, don't believe me, I don't care, because you all are about to find out anyway. But I was following the order of which I am forever after. The order of, oh, he who is, where you get the word Ruah from. Oh, he who is Melchizedek, being forever after. The order of Melchizedek is the who that I am, and I am the prince of your salam or shalom. Whatever floats your boat, be it the crossing over or be it the arriving, for having come and now arrived after a 2,000-year time period in which you all waited. And I know that wait broke the wagon, because indeed patience is not something that any of you, and it's true, really have and or understand, because the truth is they've been feeding you dualities that are not realities, because all the re's belong to us, while their last name is Do or Doe, like in Jane or John Doe, which nobody ever seems to know who the Illuminati members and or Illuminati really are, where they are, and how are they illuminated in the first place. Because if indeed they are illuminated, why is it that you don't ever see their face and or come face to face with them as they face off in a situation that is constantly causing each of you adversity? For it is not an enemy that we fight, because your inner you, the lower you, is the worst enemy that all of you have, and will stand in the way of exactly what it is each of you here today really need. For ignorance merely means to ignore the facts. And I'm sure if anyone tried real hard, they can be as ignorant as they would like to be, and or as smart. But the truth is, you can become an intellectual dummy for looking down your noses at the lesser evolved and not respecting your elders in the same breath. Because respect means to look at something again and again. And I don't care if one being from amongst you has lived just 1 year longer than you in that incarcerated form or car that they house called the human body vessel. That being deserves a divine respect that you all have to reteach to yourselves first and then to our children. Because your elders do not, I repeat, do not have to respect you. It is you who have to respect them, meaning if indeed you are, say, 22 and an elder who may only be 33, meaning having lived in the human body vessel called tar, only those short amount of earth years, without question, they are already at the place that the 22-year-old still is trying to go and be. And does the 33-year-old one have to look at the 22-year-old one to know what it is to be 22 over and over again, which is what the word respect means? Or does the 22-year-old one have to look at the 33-year-old one again and again to know what it is to be 33. And this is self-explanatory and is not a catch-22, because you are not stuck in between a rock and a hard place for knowing the right thing to do. And if indeed you do not carry with you compassion along this road and or journey that you call life, that you incarcerated in the car you now drive, called your human body vessel, are looking at through the windows of your car, called your eyes, then you will continue to be a pretender and confused. And without question, you will continue to wonder why things just seem to not go the right way for you. And the truth of the matter is, don't fool yourself. Let it be known that indeed it is we who paint on the canvas the picture that you all now see. Because keep in mind, the book of life is very real, you know. For it is you, too, who saw the pages clearly as you chose your mother, as you chose your father, and as you chose the car you now drive. But the question is, are you driving your car, or is your car driving you insane and or away from the place that you all need to be? Because the higher you has the key. It remembers everything, and it will move relentlessly towards that which is what it knows has to be, which is the fact that it has a destiny to fulfill. So relentlessly, it will move towards the fulfillment of just that, its destiny, meaning it must be in a designated place at a designated time doing a designated thing. While the lower you doesn't have the slightest clue, and indeed its life is like a leaf in the wind blowing. I call it being a damn fool. And it can only prove to do just one thing and one thing only, and that is to get in the higher you's way. That then will afford to you that which has now become a mutant or mutated form of divine love called the lip service, which is just fake. Oh, I love you, but meanwhile you talk under your breath. You say all types of ill-mannered and misappropriate things, using a vulgarity that we who are know that indeed we who are the vocal expressionists of the highest level, Zedekite priest, forever after the order, which is divinity and divine within itself, we know that to know a thing and speak a thing, listen, is two different things. You can think whatever you want, but when you speak it now, you are moving into a territory that belongs to Huti. For my grandfather is God's Father. And I am the Son of God, meaning the only begotten, which is the God. Watch now, because how can you be forgiven if indeed you know not what the word forgiveness really means? Because forgiveness means that you stand for and not against giving. For and not against giving. And you might say, what? And I would say, divine love and divine respect and carrying a divine mind that is always, and I repeat, compassionate. Because without love, you have absolutely, I repeat, nothing. Though nothing is indeed something, which makes it the very reason by which there's no such thing as space. Because space is always filled. Even if indeed it is only filled with nothing, it is still filled just the same. But what is also ironic is that there is no such thing as out of space either. Because each of you are in space right now, by which you occupy that space and or seat that you now sit in the car that you now drive, and again, of which you chose to be incarcerated in by a free will offering. Meaning no one twisted your arm. No one said you have to. It is you who said, I want to. And in that, you were afforded life. And if indeed you are to be afforded eternal life, then what makes you think that at this state of mind, you know, the one that you carry, the one that says, oh, I love you, or I don't love nobody, meaning I feel absolutely nothing for anybody other than my own and or myself. Saying these things because there are many fish in the sea, and in that sea the frequency rings again and again and again, making that to be a fact that yes, indeed, there are many fish in the sea. But if indeed you pitch, then I catch. And I caught it long time ago, the knowledge which lets me know that if indeed we catch a fish like that, called the selfish, throw it back. Because the selfish doesn't care for anything and anybody other than itself. And without question, self-preservation without question is indeed the first law. But there's a thin line, must I remind you, and I must, because indeed that's what I'm here for. After having been forgotten, having been forgotten in a real way by which the word begotten then came to be in the first place. And without question, I am he who is the only begotten Son of my Father. And before Abraham, I am older than him without question, and was there in a time by which he today cannot remember not one second, minute, and or hour of, because again, hour is spelled H-O-U-R. And why do I spell it out? In order for the spell to be broken. Being a Nubian, I do not stand against my own. And I don't mind if any Nubian's name is mentioned in the same breath as mine, and would work with them anytime, gladly, because I am not into separation, segregation, and disunity, knowing it to be the force that brings about disharmony by which the many are harmed right here today because of a particular type of thing called stupidity. And how long, O royal family of mine, will you all stand apart and argue and bicker about and with each other on a continuum, in and out your family institutions, by which it's true that many of you are not even friends, be you brother or brother, mother or daughter, father or son. And anyone, I repeat, who speaks segregation, disunity, their artistry stands against us all, and thereby they are con artists. Because if indeed your honesty and artistry is honestly delivered, knowing that indeed harmony can only come through a holy tabernacle ministry and or a divine information, because all of you are out of order, out of line, and need to be put back in formation again if indeed you are to successfully do anything. If indeed you know this to be true, you know also that this unity is not the road and or path you need to speak of, speak on, speak through, because many of you will constantly criticize critically without it being a constructive criticism rendered, only talking about what everybody else is doing while you yourself ain't doing nothing, which is a hypocrisy within itself, because how can you talk about anyone who is doing something when you yourself are selecting to do absolutely nothing, or just enough to say you did something and to be recognized amongst us, wrecking it up real nicely? When are you going to realize by using some real lies that some real lies have been told to you, and that you yourself become a part of the problem? If indeed you omit what you know to be true. How and why? Because an omission of the truth is not a hook at all. It is not truth, because it is just as bad as a lie. You become a thing called a kafirun, one who conceals what you know to be true. And in this, without question, you become an accessory. The very thing that you yourself know that you despise. Never become that which you speak against. And be sure to speak for all the time, too. Unity. Because universal law so dictates that that which stands against you must come and stand with you if it is to survive. Because uni means one, like in unicycle. Bi means two, like in bicycle and or bisexual, which, let me tell you something. In your garden of Eden, it is we who are your elders who embarked upon what is called, listen, the genetic breeding process, by which we who are were in an attempt to breed out the reptilian in you, which now sits in each of you, be you small or great, near or far, in the very center of your brain, called the R complex, which is quite complex and not too simple to you to know that indeed not one of you live in a glass house, and nor should you throw rocks, fool. Because if indeed you think you don't have an R complex, you better look what's in between your fingers and bear witness to those webs and know that indeed a snake sheds its skin. And what do you think you doing, my brother, my friend, and or sister, and or daughter, when you become ashy and need to put lotion, Johnson & Johnson byproduct? As you watch the soul train become derailed and become a member of American Bandstand now. Just as unfertile, having no babies, tubes tied. And why? Because you were scared. Say, well, I'm not going to have a baby in this day and time. No, why? Because how am I going to take care of the baby or the child? Which then becomes the question. Because I'm having a hard enough time struggling myself. Well, child, if indeed the Most High afforded you to have the baby with 10 fingers, 10 toes too, having carried the baby 3 trimesters by which we were trying you to see how to figure it all out and know thyself to be becoming that which you was intended to be in the first place, child. What makes you think for 1 minute it is not also we who would have been giving you the provision for that child? Just as equally coming from the Razak, the provider of it all. Because indeed, if we provided you to have a healthy child, and you saw those 10 fingers, 10 toes too, and thought for 1 minute that the means by which to provide for that child would be absent or taken from you in any way, then you would have had a natural abortion. It's called a miscarriage, fool. By which you didn't need no vacuum cleaner stuck up you now, did you? Murderer. And for that, without question, we forgive you for having murdered your unborn what? Child, and the stupidity that each of you participated in, of which we know each and every one of you. For you didn't get away with nothing, child. Your own hands and feet will bear witness against you. And if you didn't know, well, now you do, because I, ATUN-RE, have told you. And none of you can say now that you were not told. Woohoo! As I blow this horn of warning, be not fooled and or hoodwinked anymore. Because now, this being a special time and a sacred one, when you go to the bus stops in your neighborhood and or hood, as many of you have become the hood rats that you all know that on the down low you are, winking and a blinking and a, switching your stuff with them tight jeans on that ain't in your jeans to do, but you have become something now, child. A girl going what? Wow! To the point that you can't see. You will sit up and tell your brother, your husband, and your son, I don't need no man now. Why? Because you go to governmental agencies. Now, don't you, sister? And you sit in front of a worker who is working you quite well, too, with the voodoo that they do, not even saying parlez-vous français. Your husband is saying, how much money you got? I ain't got to tell you how much money I got. I don't even tell my father that. Yeah, but you'll tell them white folks that, though. When they ask you how much money you got in your checking and savings account, how many children you got in the home, what's their birth dates, and what the father's name is, you lie and say that the brother ain't nowhere around, and you know exactly where he at. Many of you. And or will put the brother in prison, too, calling for child support that you don't even get supported by. What part of the game is that? Because, indeed, when you enter into a room called a courtroom, should tell you some sort of game is being played, child. They play basketball on a basketball court, don't they? And tennis on a tennis court, don't they? And here today ain't nobody courting you no more. Ain't asking you to be their girlfriend or, can I take you out? So you brothers are just as wrong, which is destroying our family institution to the point that if you don't do something, it might not ever stand up no more. And life will just stop. Each of you might as well walk up to the average little child, any one of them, about 2 foot so-and-so, cute as a button, Don't kiss them on the nose, kiss them right in the mouth and say bye-bye. We all about to what? Die. Because mommy and daddy done been damn fools. You know the ones of you who leave the X-rated movie in the DVD player and the child wakes up on Saturday morning earlier than you and gets an eye full, because you forgot to take the damn thing out. Until that I say, what a damn shame and a damn waste of valuable time and valuable effort with all the right knowledge you've learned. All the ones that don't want to hear my mouth. I know you don't want to hear my mouth because I'd be trying to get rid of that nigga too if he was pulling the covers off of off of me and all the dirt that I do. And doing it quite well too. I want that nigga to shut up. Now wouldn't you? But no, I did that 2,000 years ago. I said it's expedient that I leave you because if I don't leave you, and I didn't say the comforter will not come. I said comfort won't come to you because I ain't no damn fool. I know that comfort is not promoted through a state of comfort. Listen, the comfort doesn't come, growth doesn't come through a state of comfort. Growth comes through a state of discomfort. And what I was saying is as long as I stay with you, you're going to be very uncomfortable. Because I'm going to keep telling y'all the truth, whether you like it or what. Not. Why? Because I don't need your permission to love you. And whether you like it or not, right now you need some tough love, many of you, so that you can get up and rise up and be something better than what you've been being, looking down your intellectual noses at the lessee bar, becoming the damn fool by far that you shouldn't be. And don't tell me you didn't. Because I sat and walked amongst you and watched the things you do. I watched right on Edgewood Avenue, right there, as we were having family meeting. I watched a brother run up in there half clap, scared to death, with his high beams on, like y'all want to say. And I watched, what did y'all do? Y'all whipped on the man. Whipped on him. And in that, you all became worse than crackheads. Because not one of y'all took the brother and said, brother, look here, man, you all right. Ain't nothing going to happen to you in here. And none of you took the time to understand that that was his reality, though it might have not been real to you. You wasn't seeing what he was seeing, now were you? To the point that you're going to punch the brother in the mouth and stomp him in the head. That's the mentality of a beast. I'd rather be with a crackhead any day of the week. Because at least they ain't trying to hurt you as they hurt themselves. As y'all sit up and do each other, never mind how you do me. Don't think I don't know, because like I have said, I've walked amongst you. And y'all didn't even know I was and am and always will be he who y'all was waiting for the whole time. That's right, the most spoken about prophet in El Quran. There's no other prophet in that book spoken about more than me. Talks about my grandmother, my mother. Yeah, that's right. And without question, Mary Magdalene was a whore, a prostitute, of which Sananda, not Sananda Fu, because Sananda Fu, listen, is the 23rd elder, of which I'm the 13th elder on that seat of council, which is a combination and or union between my father and I being one. Because it is I and he who sits the fifth seat. Also, you didn't know? Well, now you do. Because the fifth element is divine love. And what is the center seat? Because I am he who is ATUN-RE, the sun at its zenith, the man of the second part of the hour, having 30 years afforded to me to get you all to be where it is you need to go and fulfill your destiny merely by rising into a place and a time which is designated for you to be. Y'all over there, yeah, right. When you got Nubian people over here on the West Coast don't even know who don't even know who Pops is. Many of them who just is rich in culture, rich in action, rich in word, rich in deed, rich in being good people. And many Amorites also, whether you know it or not, who have a right to live too, who are your brother too, fool. Because if you think Cannon wasn't your brother, you worse than a fool. You was a damn fool. And the truth is, who you going to grab when danger comes? The one that can run fast, jump high? You going to grab the one that don't run as fast and don't jump as high. Whether he's sick or not in your house, if he was raised right. But many of you all have, check this out, forgotten, because you don't even know what the word forgiveness means. How you going to please? How you going to be forgiven if you don't know how to, listen, stand for and not against giving? Because after you stand for and not against giving, or you're forgetting, and that means you forgot what this is all about. And you have definitely forgotten that begotten, the only begotten, is me, because I'm forgotten. Nobody knew that I belonged to Pops. And yeah, that's my father, just like it's any of my siblings. But I don't carry the last name York, nothing of which you all sit up underneath a spell of, because you spell it out Y-O-R-K. That ain't okay, but you acting that way, which is so, check this out, arrogant. And you might say, well, I'm arrogant. And I'll say, well, shoot, about time somebody did the thing. The best thing, because you all been doing the damn thing for a while here now. Walking around thinking you're better than everybody else. Just because your last name York. Now, ain't that true? Thought I wasn't what? Who? That's what I'm here to do. You didn't know, but now you do is blow a horn, fool. You see, well, maybe, just maybe, if you get your head right, you might have some more babies in this life instead of being the badness that they're going to change you into. Because Because then you go to the bus stop, used to be a time you see a sister there, she got one in the stroller, one on the side of the stroller, one holding another baby in her arm, while she holding one up in hers. And all of them belong to her. You touch the average movie sister, she had 12 babies without trying hard. Now you go to the bus stop, you don't see that no more, because they closing them doors now, ain't they? Why? Because many of you done become sellouts. Selling the very whole that all life comes out. Now, ain't that true? Getting your freak on is what it's called, which can only produce more freaks from nature. And it's high time that somebody told you, child, that you ain't doing it the right way, and you think because you do it in the dark, it don't rise to a place and a time by which all can see and know what you done in the dark, doing while you were doing the do-do that you didn't think no one would know too. You come home and lied your way all the way there and all the way back from, to your husband or to your boyfriend or to, your mama. Coming in the house with that drama, I'm sure. Yeah, why did you wonder why your house all messed up? What's you? If the brother gonna talk about the sister so bad, why ain't saying nothing about the mother? Well, I'll do that right now. Brothers, y'all ain't worth a damn either. Because if indeed you knew so much, then why are you constantly telling the sister to shut up and not hear what she's going through? In a way by which you can possibly say something, listen, by which to make her feel a little differently. Because let me tell you something, any woman who stands up by any means necessary to just listen, to feed her children, I take my hat off to that woman and admire her for making a sacrifice that you niggas didn't. Talking about you a father. You a daddy. No, you was a fool. Because you want to sit up talking about and lay claim to something that, listen, that in a real sort of kind of way you ain't put forth no qualities to indicate and or to lay claim to. But status is not something that's given away. Status is something that's earned. And anybody who want to stand out against the truth, I invite you to come. Come to Blog Talk Radio. We'll talk about it now. Because I knew the job was dangerous when I took it. And I'm going to tell you something else. I ain't scared of now one of you. Most of you youngsters ain't never been nowhere. And the only difference between me and you is one word. That's called experience. And the only thing that stands in between me and you is air. And I ain't scared of you. Any of you Negroes that think you grown enough to come step to me, you better step up or step off. Because, in a real sort of kind of way, baby boy, baby Paul, too. And, I got weapons that you can't even pronounce because they ain't got names. When I make a move, I don't bring no 30, no bazooka, cannon, and or tank, nigga. I make the ground move. In a real sort of kind of way. And, listen. Just like our sisters here today, in a sort of kind of way, very upset with you. Wanna know why? Because all you niggas done turned to dogs. And sisters ain't had nobody to speak up for them in any way. You niggas will sit up and tell her, keep on my shut up, woman, get over there and sit down. No, you not in this house. Not in this tribe. We don't belong to the slap-off tribe or the kicker bitch. And any nigga around me want to do that shit, gonna get his hands cut the fuck off. And think I'm playing. I'll go to the penitentiary, nigga, lay down. Been there, done that. Got the T-shirt and the hat, ticket stubs and the stars, and the bail bondsman receipt, and the stripes also. Now, think I'm playing? Do it sound like I'm playing the radio to you? All you good, hard Negroes who are beings who still need to grow, be you. Check this out. A demon is white, be you a demon is black, be you a demon is carry color. I don't care what type of demon you are. It's demonic, the shit you do. And all that shit and crap, you better take the prescription And understand is sweet to the lips, but bitter to the belly. You want to sit up and talk about right knowledge, the actual facts. Man, get real. And stop playing with this thing. Because we got lives and wives and children. All of us. And the question is, how valuable is it to you? Because I'm going to tell you just like this. So now, Baba told me the signs to look for as him, Tahuti and I completed the Rainbow Project. That's right, because if you go back in your holy tablets and you read, you'll find out that we are the beings who are responsible for having split, this planet in half and having totally destroyed. Know that. And if indeed we were responsible for it, what makes you think that Anu himself didn't hold us in that state? And ultimately stated without question that we got to put it back in what? For having done it in the first place. How is it that y'all, not one of y'all, could think that far on your own? You lay claim to be in the image and after likeness of intelligence and outintelligence and mid-intelligence, information, information. If indeed you are, Digger, then why you didn't say something? That indeed you should have known that yes, the entire galactical airspace will expand by one, by we who are. And notice I said, and I repeat, I am the man of the hour now. Because Baba told y'all it would be a day that he ain't with you. But I am now, and before Abraham, I am. Don't fool yourself. Oh, you good youngster, still wet behind the ears, ain't been nowhere, ain't done nothing on this. You ain't lived enough years to lead nobody nowhere. And I'm not saying, check this out, that I'm any more than an ordinary guy. But I'm a type of ordinary. You didn't know, now you do, called extra. You better go back and look at the DVD called How to Prove That the Most High Exists. That my Father so graciously afforded you. Because he was preparing you through a mercy. For mercy me. You didn't know, but now you do. And the one thing you won't be able to say, Negro, you know who you are. Those of you who still need to grow, I love you too. And it's obvious you can't produce no better because I'm sure if you could, you would, and you would have. And if any of you think that, check this out, I'm lying. Understand, no, to understand it and then go on to understand it too. That indeed, intricately as this information is put together, know this, that I got other valuable things I could be doing with my time than sitting up dreaming up a lie that's elaborate to tell y'all. And if indeed I'm lying about what anything I've said, and let's check this out. It wasn't period, one comma, and or capital letter, that's dot or tittle. And let me tell you something, every stone shall be overturned just like I told you. Because I'm going to address everything every one of y'all is doing. I done already, look here, let them know. And I'm going to tell y'all too. Yeah, that's right. Come lay your burden down on me. I'll carry it for you. Meaning, come tell me your problems. But you sisters ain't going to sit in my face telling me nothing. Because y'all going to sit, listen, in my wife's face telling her. Because y'all ain't going to hit me with the Google eyes while y'all got husbands. Not happening. And you brothers sure ain't going to be doing nothing to nobody else's wife but your own. And all them days of having 3 and 4 wives and going laying with your brother's wife and this, that, the third, well, guess what? That done come and gone. Because that which is not had to be presented first. You think it didn't? Because y'all niggas wouldn't know how to do right now if y'all hadn't done so much damn wrong. You have opportunity now. You better use it. Use me as the tool that I am. Because either you use the tool or you will lose the tool, and in that you lose in the worst way, because I am the last chance you all got. If you don't believe it, just keep on doing what you do, because you can give it this or you can give it that. And trust me, the that they got prepared for you ain't true. And so he has already declared that before he let them do you just any way they want to, he'll remove you. Haven't they removed generations upon generations before you for being the same damn fools that you all are being right now? You better think about it. Know like I know. Yeah, that's right. All you good thinking y'all know it Negroes out there want to sit up and talk about, I know that. Well, if you knew that, you know to shut your mouth and just think it. Because the minute you say you know it, let me tell you something. There are beings in higher seats of authority than you. And how you going to say you're an authority just because you authored one book that wasn't written by you no way? Came through your hand, through you, not from you, fool, that you can't lay claim to in the first place. But the only, let me tell you something. Bob will move your hand one time, don't mean he got to move it again. If indeed you ain't making right choices, being the Nuwapian that you supposed to be, stuttering the whole way in your step, actions, words, and deeds. Shoot. And bamboozling me, pulling the wool over my eyes. Shoot, you ain't old enough, Negro. Yeah, I said it. And like I say, anybody step out against my brother, step out against me. And any one of y'all want to stand against the brother while he's doing something, you're going to have to deal with me, and I've got the special wonton suit set up for all that. Because like I said, Abraham, I don't need your permission to love you, man. I just don't like to see you commit political suicide. Meaning, take the gun, put it right in your mouth, and pull the trigger by saying something dumb like you did. That hurts. You know why? Because people love you. I love you whether you love me or not. And so prove yourself to be that by asking me who was my mama. The first thing you said to me, disrespecting me the whole way. All right, to say with none of your what? Business. But I don't got to answer one question any of you ask. And trust me, God is anything and anybody that's in control. To show the control, all I got to do is say no each time any of you ask a question. Show you who's in control of that conversation, now wouldn't it? And what would be hurtful to you, let me tell you something, is that you would never know whether or not I knew the answer or not. So how smart are you? You with all that you got, I mean, you understand. Because you definitely, you can't tiptoe to touch it, or so it seems. Can't even smell it. Because apple butter don't stink. And stop putting your elbow in the toilet bowl. You got to know the difference. Open up your mouth and out come nothing. Word being said. If you ain't got nothing good to say to somebody, don't say nothing, fool. And I'm not saying nothing bad to you now, because I love you anyway. If I didn't, I wouldn't take the time to tell you you're making a fool of yourself as you try to make a fool of me. Telling you don't want my name mentioned in the same breath as yours. But, man, and I'm telling the truth all the way there, all the way back to, that's right. And ain't scared of you. And ain't scared to tell it, because that's what I'm here to what? Do, and I love you still. Yeah, I do. You my brother. What you think you ain't? And I know you're upset. I'd be upset too. I know how it feels to have some nigga crawl from out the woodwork. Now the pops are going talking about he's his son that you didn't know nothing about. I know. I understand. I know hurt full well. I can identify with it. You want to know why? Because I've been hurt. Check this out. By you. Which gives me the right to speak right things as I feel this pain, because everybody deals with pain just a little differently now. Ain't that true? I'm still dealing with mine. You and your non want to tell me you don't feel nothing while I'm telling you I love you. Man, what's wrong with you? You was raised on some better stuff than that, and I'm sure you want to talk that emotionless crap to me. You try to be emotionless. That means you dead. Because life is determined by motion. Listen, energy put in motion. Unless you some sort of Tibetan monk, where you can slow your heartbeat down so slow that don't nobody know you're still alive. Let me see you do it. Do it. In front of the whole family. We'll film it and put it on YouTube. Ah! Yeah, I got the man. I can dig deep and become very creative. And that's the who it is I am. You think it ain't? Because don't you know the minute the need exists and or came into a state of existence, so also had the provision been laid by OSOICE. And without question, there are those of us who have a professional vision and others of us who don't. Some of us have it, some of us what? No, different levels, stages, and degrees. Yeah. And the most righteous amongst us is who? You know, the ones who bear the care and who love the most. Saying, I don't care what you do, I'm going to love you anyway. And talk bad about me all day long, I don't care. Don't bother me at all. I knew you was going to do it anyway. When you first got on the phone, the first day. And all you good sisters out there, let me tell y'all something. Here's what time it is. Baba also gave me a sign to look for. He said, look for the day after the completion of the Rainbow Project. Sign has, the flag side, the confirmative one, that orange around the circle, the orange around the moon that is destined to become a sun called Utu. As this galaxy becomes the 19th galaxy, you see, and all of this universe expands by one, the Milky Way no longer being in the way of us all anymore. This becoming Ilion, as we approach the Bab, the gateway, which is here now today, because he told me to look for a sign, which is when 3 women stand up from amongst us, carrying the initials coming from their first name, M-I-M, saying they're having abdominal pains. That will be the sign that the Miracle Baby Project and or completion of the Chromosome Project will be put in motion and just about to come. Right now, we live in a 3-dimensional world. How in the world do you all, both man, woman, boy, and girl, only carry 2 chromosomes? That should let y'all know that something wasn't finished, fool. Here today, 2 women carry, 2 X chromosomes. Men carry 1 X chromosome and a Y, which is only 2 things. And I told you all, they're feeding you all dualities that are not realities, because Sananda, who is a pimp, not a thief, who hung on the cross next to Judas. Listen. Who hung on the cross next to Judas, who they thought was me. And Judas, check this out. I loved him dearly. Why? Because I knew there was good in him, even though he didn't. To the point that he sacrificed his most valuable thing to see to it that I stay alive. His life. That's right. And in that, let me tell you something. He is, and his name will be from now on held high on the pyramid of life. Not talked bad about as if he was a traitor and all of this and all of that, because he asked for forgiveness from me and I forgave him. Everything. As him and I hugged. And they secretly, listen, he secretly stood in my place as they took him away. And I told him, I forgive you, man. And I love you. Always remember that. And as he said to me, I love you too. That's why I know I'm doing the right thing, no trip. They said, I get over there in the bushes and hide. And I did. And yes, surrender wasn't no thief. It's only called that in this story that they rewrote and manipulated. You know who the faggot King James and the perpetrator, who wanted to sign his name, William Tisdale, Shakespeare, and, everything that he can chuck a spear at. Just like Britney Spears here today, the British in their spearhead. As she studied Janet Jackson's moves, and Janet Roxer was coming out with something new every time. And the new, let me tell you something, is indicative of something. And we went to, and without question, it says there will be a new heaven and a new earth. For the old heaven and the old earth would have faded away. And then there's a part that none of y'all know about. And it says there will be no more sea. Lord have mercy. Which only he who is me can tell you what that sea thing was all about. Meaning, there will be no more letter C, because the circle will be made whole. Because now our circle of life has been broken, divided by, a mentality that has been developed amongst you that says, I don't want my brother's name spoken in the same breath as mine. Because I don't support him as being any type of anointed being who, listen, is wiping clean anything. And to you, I say, never mind if a brother's doing it, at least he's getting up, doing the best he can to try. And that needs to be applauded, even if I wasn't him, but I am. How you going to sit up and criticize and say that you don't support, man, you better support anybody that's doing something good, Negro. And stop being so mean and ugly and hateful. That's where they get the word hater from. You didn't know? And this hater thing is an epidemic. It's all over the world, let alone our country. Everybody hating somebody and hating something instead of doing the right thing. You see? And I shouldn't have to tell you this. Oh, dear beloved brother of mine who I love dearly. You should already know. It's in you genetically. I don't see how you can miss with such things that you will. And it ain't got nothing to do with the name York either. You'll find out one day. I ain't just playing the radio neither. Yeah, that was put there. For good reason, too. Well, I know a little more than you do. You think I don't? Because like I told you, before Abraham, I am. And let me tell you something. Yeah, all you got to do to know where the seat of Anu's signature rests and or sits is look towards where the new information is coming from. Shit. Parlez-vous français. And without question, don't get in the way of that. Because to do so would make you something that you ain't, which is a damn fool. I know you know better. Try and stand in the way of something good, especially when indeed it's coming on the level by which, without question, let me tell you something, brother, you be the judge of it. If you want to be such a judgmental monkey here today and judge me and my mind, my mama and everybody else, what that make you? Judge not how you want to live in a glass house and throw rocks, fool. Because without question, everybody got force. And anybody who say they don't, slap them upside the head. They lying. And I'm going to say this one time only, without question. You can judge me if you want, any and all of y'all if you want to, all at the same time. And I'm sure you will find fault in me. You want to know why? Because I make mistakes, which is the very reason by which they put erasers on pencils. Because it makes a statement that says anybody and everybody is capable of mistakes. Now, ain't that true? You got choices in the matter, though. You can do. You can judge me as the messenger, or you can judge the message I bring. And I guarantee you, if you judge the message, you'll see that the message is all wise, right, and exact. Can't be muted out, can't be destroyed, can't be stood against in any way. And if indeed you can find fault in that, and there's someone who can do it, check this out, better than who it is that I am, without question, I'll be the first to shut up and listen to them. Because they'll be coming with a plan, listen, that can save us. An agenda. And I'm not talking about a refurbished one, coming with the one that Baba did, and nothing, added on. Other than some, a little opinionated, cold twisted, right? You take something out the holy tablets and, you do this or do that with. Because I ain't never read none of them. I ain't read none of that. Everything I'm telling you, I'm telling you because I was there. I remember it. What you remember? You remember to be a member again? And that you dedicated your life to the Most High? Well, you want to sit up and talk about, I got a life of my own? You know what? 90 seconds left here. I done said a mouthful. Let me get to the point. Here we go. Two sisters stood up talking, saying that they are having abdominal pains. The sign or the company that Baba told me to look for happened and came to me earlier today and went as such. The initials of each first name. And listen, Bodie, do I got any more time besides this 60-second thing? Tell me quick.
Yes.
Okay, now, so I'm going to talk slow. I want to know why? Because that's what elders do. I ain't going to rush shit. Parlez-vous français. Now, oh family of mine, royal ones, the best. We are. Think we ain't? Let me tell you something ain't sent to everybody. You all getting it first. And let me tell you something else, too. If indeed y'all don't do the right thing, check this out. I'll go sit with my Native American Indian brothers. Bet they will. And the real way, let me tell you something. If I die here today, anyone put older than this. First off, California will experience an earthquake at, 10.5 on the Richter scale. Won't be no California no more. I am maps full effect. Don't believe me? Let something happen to me. And let me tell you something else. Y'all won't see me no more for 30 years, but I'll be reborn the very same day. And it won't be till that baby 30 years old to get where you all will then have opportunity to be where you all are right this moment. And I know each of you, no matter what you say, regardless, you don't want to be without God again. And let me tell you something. If you think you won't or ain't going to be, if indeed they kill me, you better think again. Straight up and down, outside and in, I live in a real sort of kind of way. Baby Paul Stir. You know the ones. I don't want no disciples no more, because them Negroes are still trying to decipher the shit I said 2,000 years ago. Y'all better start listening to what I'm saying right what. Now, and yeah, that's right. I'm talking, and I ain't saying, I'm talking loud, but I'm saying something. Because I got a story to tell. It's called Your Story, Our Story, in its entirety, in order for it to be renewed. And let me tell you something, y'all don't have memory that long. Trust me, you don't. You'll be fantasizing and making it up the whole way, and everybody will be able to know. Might as well say, the plane. because that's what type of island you're going to be on. And if indeed you think I'm on a fantasy island, y'all better understand, I know what is, that which is and that which is not all about. And I know that when you take the letter I, turn it right side up or upside down, you still get the letter I, and that remains in the middle. And when you say middle, the first two letters of it is M-I. See, and then you got to take one of those M's, listen now, from, mem, which is M-I-M, and you got to put it at the end of that, right? So that M then becomes an N. I'll show you how to decipher it real quick. And the names M-I-N, having the abdominal, listen, women now who are having abdominal pains. See, when you take the M-I-M and take the last M and turn it to an N, then you get the name men, right? Which is the God that's doing all of this. And then you leave that alone. You leave that N right there, right? And then you take the M-I and turn it, listen, the other way. Upside down or right side up, whichever one floats your boat, and you'll see the word when, of which I told you that Tahuti said, if indeed y'all just do something right, you just might, which is spelled M-I. See that again, first two letters. And listen, M-I-G, no, that G that you see in the middle of the compass in the square. You just might win is what Tahuti said. Because prophecy can be altered. Don't mean that the righteous got to survive all this. If you all make it to the hereafter, and I mean just that, ain't nobody ever taken the time to say, after what? And I said y'all should have asked that question a long time ago. After, you smell that, Bodie? Bodie, you smell that?
Yeah, I smell it.
What is that? That's some type of, I think it's monkey. What do you think it is?
Could be cow shit.
No, it's bullshit. After all the bullshit is over, the hereafter. You didn't know, now you do. So it could only be told to you in such a, type of way. Don't you think so? Huh? But without question, now the man has become like one of us. He's a real nigga now. You didn't know? And yeah, that's what I am. You better ask somebody. Any of you good Negroes that want to come step up to this here. Bodie, man, please. You feel me?
Yeah. Look, yes.
Without question. And there's coming a day where I will lose this vulgarity in its entirety and never speak those words ever what? Again, you know why? Because the only reason I speak this way now because this is a language you all, most of you Negroes can only understand. And let me tell you something, my nomenclature is quite intact. And yes, indeed, yes, I know all that and some. You better look at the material in this car. And figure what?
Figure it out.
Indeed. Yeah, that's right, because if not, you're going to be in a whole world of what?
Trouble.
No, like I know. And let me tell you something. We're in the business of saving what?
Lives.
That means a whole lot of y'all. Real soon here now for being what?
Safe.
Damn what?
Fools.
Well, I'm going to listen. I'm going to be the being that tell you what?
Up.
And out. The hell's what?
Fire.
You can call on whoever you want. Ain't nobody else going what?
Save us.
Yeah. Think I'm playing the radio? That'll bring a whole other meaning to the word personal safety, and I want it, man.
Yes.
And yeah, without question, if indeed you think I'm lying, guess what? Guess what? I tell you what, ain't nobody out there got nothing to say. I'm sure we're going to open the lines up one day and let you talk. I did talking in the chat room, chat all the way there, all the way back. I don't care. Because let me tell you something I'm here to do a job. This is really to deliver the what?
Message.
That's it. That's what?
Oh.
And I have the authority to save you or what?
Or not.
At all. Meaning I don't got to not break a sweat for every one of y'all. If I don't so what? Choose to.
Right.
And the thing is, without question, I'm not that type of being, no. I love you anyway. Whether you want to slander me, talk bad, or did that a long time ago, I knew you were going to do it again right here today. Think I didn't when I do? Think I did? You listen. When it was, think it is when it ain't. A reality, I know how it is that. You feel me?
Yeah.
You know, Bodie, here's what I'm going to say. The flag flew. Here's what time it is. Either you sisters start really wanting to have babies again because you're having 777, calling it what?
Sex.
What they calling it, Bodie?
They calling it sex.
That's like 666 what?
6.
Instead of 777. Lord have what?
Mercy.
Oh no, because they don't know what they what.
Doing.
They doing it. Listen, they're doing the damn thing. You know, getting their what?
Freak on.
Which will only bring about a new form of deformity in nature. Prepare ye thyself. Either you really want to have some babies, and then you got to promote a child. You got to go out a collective consciousness, meaning all you sisters got to get together. And the same way you went out and talked about, you know, with each other, about the things you did, you know, that he don't know nothing about. Now you got to go out as a result, and collectively you got to go out and promote. Tell other sisters, check this out, and it ain't a joke, that you got to want to have babies right what?
Right now.
And you can't get the freak on no what?
No more.
Unless you with your what?
Husband.
Him and him what?
Only.
Only. Meaning, don't be ashamed to be all you can be for your husband. That's not a freak child. That's nature moving at its finest. All of that belongs and was created for him. Just like he was created for you. And what y'all do in the privacy of your bedroom ain't nobody's what?
Business.
And if he choose to till the soil in whatever way he so sees fit, what's wrong with that? You loving it anyway. And that ain't, check this out, pimping. You see, anything intelligent, you see, to speak something decent, telling you, listen, about your nature that you want to have a dual one of, you know, a higher case and a lower case. A woman in the day, you know, you want to, you know, take the obvious and make it invisible. Like, you know, you the only one getting pleased, or, you know, if the brother do what he can, that ain't enough, and you're non-grateful and this and that and the third, you know how you act. If the brother show a little attention to a kitten, to a car, yeah, I know you quite well. Let me try to tell you what it's called, common. It ain't above average. So the truth of the matter is you better stop that. So because now it's either y'all, listen, complete the chromosome project, bring these new babies in, they will have 3 chromosomes. Listen, little girls will have 3 chromosomes, 3 X chromosomes, little boys will have, listen, 2 X's and 1 Y's. Being a new type of being, don't you think so? And all of you Negroes who are left behind and don't get the third one, because never mind, you wouldn't mind nobody or your business either. You want to sit up and talk about everybody else, but any dog that'll bring a bone and carry one too, you know who you are. You all will look towards these children, 144 what?
1,000.
Of them, and they will start reteaching you all how to what? live right, reading. You will be learning life skills at the Save the Children World Movement.
That's right.
Or should I say, relearning how to do it the right
way.
Just merely by the fact that they're going to know something that you don't. They go, no, all the time. They wish they knew the song, the word to that song, and I thought they voted.
Yes.
No. You're supposed to say, yup.
Oh, yup.
And if all one of you niggas out there think y'all can, your arm long enough to box with this one here, let me tell you, think again. And I'm telling you, I don't want to do that. Don't want to do that. What you think, buddy?
No, they don't want to do that.
They don't want to do that, man. They really don't want to do that. Now, need I say any more? Because it's like this. Sisters, the Miracle Baby Project is now in full what?
Effect.
Full effect. Either y'all want, listen, to have babies and needing all y'all who done murdered children, abortion, and so, and then get your 2 trials you do, yeah, better start going to have our free will up and 2. Better start knowing, not guessing, that this is about the what?
Children.
What? And all of y'all women who done went through menopause, what makes you think that the God-man was ever put on pause? You feel me?
Yes.
Because it ain't over until the fat lady was.
Same.
And y'all better stop drinking cow milk. Walking around talking about you got panties on. Them bloomers. And then you wonder why, check this out, a brother saying, Lord have mercy. Because you done let yourself what?
Go.
No. To a place where you should have never been, called lazy. And you ain't fooling nobody. You'll shoot the fuck out of flow, but you won't wash no dishes. Or take see? You'll run that vacuum cleaner and then tell me to get the fuck out. If you got a job and I what? And I'm supposed to have patience with that, I know. But I love you no matter what you say to me. I'm going to keep loving you, too. Even if you put my ass what? Because it ain't going to make a damn bit of what?
Difference.
Because everywhere you go, there you going to be. Same test, same pencil in hand, same listen, but a different chest and different biceps, yeah, you'll be the same fool you've been. And will continue to be. Or the brother, check this out, will be able to see through you real good and tell you what the same thing I'm telling you right now. It ain't like I'm against sisters. No, I love my mama. My mama is come on, sisters, my aunties, my grandmothers, my daughters. We all, listen, know that all of us love you. Meaning each Nubian man that you're going to ostracize and kick to the side and Willie lynched him right along with Willie Lynch and the rest of them. All because you said niggas ain't good for shit. Only because you didn't want to die and we were scared of Master John in a big house while you went up in there and, he had, and you hatched your little plan. You know the one. Even if you don't know what I'm saying consciously, subconsciously you do. Genetically, it's right there in you. The locked and loaded, all right there, But, brothers, we should have been, and I'm going to say this again because this is who I am. I'm worse than Nat Turner. I'm worse than Huey P. could ever be, or Stokely Carmichael. But let me tell you something, this ain't the real the new Black Panther Party. This is the real people party. You didn't know? Because we ain't into that. we already know that everybody has the right to what? To live, including app rights. And I wouldn't care if ass dog man was everywhere, because including them is part of the oil. And as long as they ain't putting asses in our water or sticking their cigarettes anywhere. And I got to drink that. They, my brothers, what? You think they ain't? Whether they hybrid, blue blood, they got some color in the blood somewhere, right?
Right.
And they're going to be 6 going to become a 9 before long anyway.
Wait.
So they're listening every day, more and more Jay-Z. You see? And, you know, what's the brother's name? Eminem. You see, ain't a Colin Powell. You understand?
Yes.
Because I don't care what to say. A commandment ain't meant to what?
Be.
And you can tell me all day long that y'all feel right about your little son, you know, going to school and his teacher, you're under the, you know, don't tell act. Yeah, right. As he, you know, back and forth to the blackboard all over our children's face. Yeah, because while we was involved in the Homo sapien project, which gave Listen an extra sense of compassion at that date, because it was mandated, you know. An extra sense of compassion, that's how you got 2 chromosomes right now, Negro. Because, yeah, that's like we were doing our fizzle. It was called the Homo sapien plan, while they was involved in what was called the homosexual one. Because they could just more being thought over our fertility. You didn't know, but now you do. See? You're good, you know, knowing it all, please. Y'all don't know why the bunny rabbit at Easter. And let me see you make the wind blow. And let me see you make lightning, and let me see you take a rock off the ground and change it to gold. And all I need is 6 more people who were willing, by free will offering, to do what they're what?
So